How's it going, guys? Bring your platoon here, and welcome back to another great. Well, okay, it's a decent game in World of Tanks Xbox 1 Edition. Today I'm going to be in the AMX 30B, a Tier 10 French medium tank, and we're going to be talking about a few things. One, is it worth it from the Tier 9 to jump into Tier 10? Probably not. We're going to go down that anyway. And two, it apparently got a mini buff on console version. I looked at PC. They no longer have it in the tech tree for the most recent patch of the game, so that's weird. But what was the mini buff? Let's go into detail on that. Instead of 248 pen, which was asked for a tier 10 medium, by the way, they decided to buff it up out of their generosity to 255 for the standard APCR rounds that you get, and then you get 310 millimeters of pen for the premium HEAT ammunition. How kind of them. That's about it. They also upped the shell velocity of the APCR back to its, I think it, the pre-nerf was 1700 shell velocity. It was something stupidly fast, but now it's 1525 meters a second for the mini buff that they just did on console, and then the heat, I think, remained the same speed, which is 1000 meters a second, or maybe they buffed it up 100 meters a second. I don't know. But bad things are going to happen to me in this game, and I'm going to get shit on pretty ridiculously here. But I somehow managed to pull out an additional 4,500 damage or something like that. And I think I end up with like 5,500 base damage. I could be wrong. Let's find out. But while that's happening, the only reason I get damaged is because of this fucking giant commander's hatch that you get on the tier 10 and not on the tier 9. So take that into consideration while you're making the decision to go from the tier 9 to the tier 10. They said they didn't want to make it like the Leopard 1, so they made the mantlet a little stronger. Let's see how true that is. Okay, so you got 240 millimeters for the cone of the tier 10, and then the tier 9 has only 200, I believe, which is ass, but it's fine. It's a French tank. It's not supposed to have a lot of armor on it. I get it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm looking... I haven't purchased the tier 9, so I don't know if that's the final package or the thing, but what I'm looking at is only 200 millimeters. So that's weird. You know what? I'm just going to purchase it, just out of... I want to be accurate, so let's just be accurate. Yes, I purchased a new tank. Thank you for showing me that animation. It's very cool, beautiful. Let's just get the final package real quick. Okay, so now if I look at it, what is it? Armor-wise? Nope, the armor is still 200 millimeters for the cone on the tier 9, so that's cool. So the only thing you get in the mantlet is an extra 40 millimeters of cone armor for the mantlet. People still shoot through it. No worries there. It's weird, though. For the tier 9, you get 44 degrees a second for the traverse on the turret, 36 degrees a second. This is for the top package, obviously. 36 degrees a second for the tracks, which is how quick your tank turns around, or does a circle, basically, with the entire chassis. You get 0.33 accuracy, and you get 2.3 seconds of aim time with rate of fire of 5.5, so around 5.5 rounds a minute, and I think that's all she wrote. Oh, and 390 view range, which is pretty typical for a tier 9 medium tank. And then going from that to the tier 10, in addition to getting the tumorous fucking commander's cupola that you see before you in the gameplay that you're seeing, you get 38 degrees a second for the turret, which is a little bit less than the tier 9. You get 48 degrees a second for the track, so that goes up by like 12 points, I want to say? Yes, it goes up by 12 degrees a second. So, yeah, 48 degrees traverse speed for the tracks on the tier 10, and then you get about a round and a quarter better fire rate. And you get aim time of 2 seconds instead of 2.3, and then an accuracy of 0.32 instead of 0.33. So, all in all, pretty much not worth it. The gains you get for gun handling are nice, but they're very minuscule. And, I don't know. It's kind of weird that you lose traverse speed on the turret for the tier 10 when the tier 9 had better turret traverse. But I guess with that extra 40 millimeters of armor, it fucking tied down the turret from speeding, turning too fast. I don't know what kind of fucking logic that is, but yeah, I would much rather have no armor on the turret and the mantlet and have the pre-nerf state gun. Just, why can't it be as good as the other tier 10 medium tanks? I don't understand. Wargaming, why do you hate French tanks so much? Why? And well, pretty much any other tank that isn't Russian. I don't fucking get it. Like, they need to buff the E5's commander's hatch. They need to do something with that. I don't know. Or just get rid of it. Like they did. No, they didn't get rid of it for the Patton. They remodeled it to make it smaller. And that's really all the E5 needs. But it's still a good tank. It's not about the E5 in this video, so I'll just shut up about that. Again, I will say how miraculous it is that I'm still alive in this game, despite being down to a one-hit pretty much immediately at the beginning of the battle. So that was cool. I will say that whatever two tanks were firing at me, I think it was the E4 and a Death Star or something. I think one of the tanks didn't damage me when I lost all my health. They just damaged the viewport, or maybe they went through the viewport and damaged me. I don't know. Just rewind and look at it. I'm sure you'll figure it out. But I'm rushing to this Patton, trying to get some more damage, and I think I pen him in the front instead of tracking him, which is what I did not want to do. I wanted to track him so I could get a little bit more damage before I died at the end of the game. But I'm like, whatever. I'll take the pen, try and track him. Oh, I failed. I'm dead. Oh well. Game's over, and then Yagaru absolutely penetrates his face with that large caliber shell and kills him. So, all in all, is it worth the upgrade? Was it even worth buffing Wargaming? That buff was nothing. I appreciate it. I play the tank again. I will say that. It got me to bring the tank out again, but you need to make it, I don't know, a little bit better. At least bring it back the penetration that it had before the nerf that it had. But I am glad that the shell velocity has increased. I am happy that the penetration has increased minusculely. It needs more. It needs more, and that fucking hatch for the Commander's Cupola, whatever you want to call it, needs to be slimmed down, because that shit's ridiculous. But, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.